Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'll be making this halter neck circle dress with a bishop's collar, and here's what we're going to need. So this is a material that I'll be using. Then you need your ruler. This is my zipper. Then I'm going to use a bias tape. So here is the bias tape. Then measuring tape, your scissors, the pins and chalk. So you start by going to this tip of the material. This is my Ankara fabric, and you make a triangle kind of fold like this. After that, you fold it in again like this. Make sure you leave an allowance of 1 inch here for your zipper allowance. Then we'll start from this side where there is this fold. That's where our neck measurements will start from and everything. So I'll be working starting from this side. So look for your shoulder measurement. My shoulder 16 divided by 2 is 8. So look for where 8 is on the fabric like this. Place your tape like this. Then my 8 is here. Make sure you are using the fold and not going up to where the zipper allowance is. So this is my shoulder line. Then I'm going to mark my shoulder to chest measurement, or my armhole, which is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I'll mark my 8 here for my armhole depth. Then I'll go to my bust measurement. So this is the chest line. Then I'll go to my bust measurement, which is at 10. And just draw a straight line. Then you can place your tape at the center of your shoulder line and mark your full length. So my full length is going to be 36 inches, but then I'll have a layer at the bottom. So for this one, I'm marking it at 32 inches plus 0.5 inch for joining at the bottom, since I'm going to add a layer of about 4 inches at the bottom. So mark at 32.5. Then we'll start our measurements from this side. So my neck width is going to be 3.5. So I'll mark at 3 inches. I'll mark at 3 inches. My back neck is going to be 1 inch. Then I'll mark at 0.5. I'm adding allowance, guys. My front neck depth is going to be 3. So I'll mark at 2.5. So I've added 0.5 allowance around the neckline since I'm working directly on fabric. Then I come to the chest line. From the chest line, I'll get my bust measurement, which is 40 divided by 4, which is 10 inches. And I'll add 1 inch sewing allowance to that. Then this line will be joined to the width of the neckline. You can use a straight line or a curved one. So I don't want mine to be that curved. That's why I've curved it like this. Then you can go ahead and just connect the line like this to the bottom. Since it's a free dress, so there is not much of shaping. So I'll cut out the back neckline and continue to cut like this. Then just follow along as I cut the rest of this pattern. So just like this. Then front neckline is going to be cut separately. So you have your front neckline and back neckline. Then from here you can see these two fabrics. If you are using Ankara fabric, you run short of some fabric. So this is the front piece, and as you can see, this part is shorter. So I'm going to just get a fabric and right sides facing each other. I've sewn it, then place it like this, then turn it to the side where the fabric is full. Then just cut along the edge of the full fabric. So it will then look like this. If you press it, it won't even be seen. For the back piece, there's a lot of work to do here. As you can see, there's a lot of fabric that is needed. So we'll do the same thing, cut this, then get another fabric with right sides facing each other, join the fabric, then you can give it a good press here, then turn it to the other side where the whole dress is fuller, like this side of the back piece. You can see that this side there's no shortage, so I'll follow this part to cut out the part which is falling short of fabric. So when you turn it round, it will look like this, but after you press it, no one will even be able to notice, so don't worry about that. Then for finishing up my armhole, we're going to use the bias tape. So just put your fabric in between the bias tape. Make sure you push the fabric up to the end of the bias tape so that you get to sew everything together. If you do not push your fabric in enough, you end up sewing only the bias tape and there'll be a gap between the bias tape and the fabric. So I'm done with my bias tape. So I've joined my back piece at 1-inch sewing allowance, and this zipper will be placed. So we're going to now draft the collar. So draw a straight line and mark a point at the midpoint of your line. Mark one side back and the other side front. Then take the circumference of your front neckline. Mine is measuring 10. Then divide that by 2, so 5 inches. Measure that 5 inches at the front part of your line. Then also take the measurement of your back neckline, which is marking at 3.5. Okay. So since this is half of it, so 3.5, I will mark it this side at the back, then go up by 1.5. This will be the width of my collar. Then from the front piece, I'm going to go up by 1 inch. You don't have to make a line, guys. A dot is better. Just make a dot there at 1 inch, then join it to the center. Then go up by 1.5, which is the width from the dot which we just created. So 1.5, 1.5. This is for the width of our collar. Okay. And I'll join that. So this will be cut on fold. This part will be cut on fold. Then you can go ahead and cut it out. So I cut it out. As you can see, the fourth part there's no allowance, but at the bottom I've put 0.5 at the side, and on top I put 0.5 sewing allowance. Then you can use this to cut out your gum stay, the exact one. So like you can see, I've cut out my gum stay here, and you need 2 pieces. So one piece I have attached my gum stay, then the other one does not have the gum stay. So the one with the gum stay, fold it in by 0.5 this side and press it down. This will be for the part that will be at the bottom. So I already pressed it down, then leave a gap here, then sew all around up to here. Then this side leave a gap of about 0.25. Then get the midpoint of your collar like this. Then I have put in my zipper allowance, my zip of 15 inches long. You can use 15 to 17 inches. Then I'm going to get my front collar, my front neckline, and I'm going to just put a notch there. This will guide me when putting the collar. So I'm now getting my collar, and I'm going to pin this from the center. So from the center we continue to pin like this, right sides facing each other, right sides facing each other, guys. So pin this all the way here. This is the front neckline. Then this side, just keep in mind, right sides facing each other. So this right side facing this right side of the back neckline, then continue to pin this up to where the zipper allowance is. So we'll do this side and even at the other side, so that when you sew this, as you can see, when you sew it up to here, the time you turn the fabric, it will cover even the part of the zipper allowance. So continue to pin like this. Then you can also cut out the excess. So I went ahead to sew this, and you can cut out the excess. So this will enclose everything and it will give us a neater finish. So you can put a hook and eye at the top of the collar. Then this is the fabric that we're remaining with. It's measuring 10 inches by 48 inches. When I join them by 1 inch sewing allowance, there will be 95 inches. So after joining this excess fabric, I'm going to divide it into two. I'll get 5.5 to join to the bottom part of the skirt, and the 4.5 will be used for the making of the belt. So at the bottom of the dress, you can open up the side seam for joining of the layer. So as I was sewing, I made some pleats which are very far away from each other, since I do not have enough excess for the bottom layer. And here is the belt.